Hey, Honors Lit. Quick vocab 2, form F. Little hints for completing the sentences. A lot of these I've had in a previous lesson with another class, and so I may get them confused. So I'm going to refrain from giving too many points because I think I'm getting them confused. Anyway, number 1, they have a great deal to say on the subject, but unfortunately most of it is meaningless. That's my clue word. Meaningless, and the word we're looking for is useless information. All right, and the word that we would use for that is drivel. Now, drivel can be a noun or a verb. If you drivel, you let spit and mucus come out of your mouth. Or drivel can be the spit and mucus, or it could also it can also mean just useless information. All right, or useless behavior. That's drivel. If people are just messing around doing nothing, when they could be, when they're supposed to be working on something, they can be participating in drivel. Okay, so that's number 1. Number 2, the Vice President of the United States, the Secretary of State, and the Secretary of Defense are, and this word means they have this responsibility based upon their positions in government. So the word we're looking for is ex officio, members of the National Security Council. Because of those positions in government, they automatically become members. They are ex officio members of the National Security Council. Okay, so because of their position, all right, they are members of that council. Okay, number 3, that dancer is very talented, but isn't it going rather far to call her the very best example of, or all the necessary skills of ballet all condensed into one? All right, isn't it going rather far to call her the very epitome is the word we're looking for, of feminine beauty and grace? Okay, so epitome, that's the best example. It's all of the things in one. All right, that's the epitome. Okay. Number 4, representing an organization of senior citizens, the rally's keynote speaker, this is speaking out and calling out in a really harsh way. Invade is the word. Invade vehemently against conditions that rob the elderly of their dignity and independence. All right? When you speak out really, really harshly and boy, you're really against something, and you are, really calling it out, you invade. All right, that's the verb. Number 5, now this word, oh my gosh, there's a couple of words here that have so many meanings, all right, and can function as so many parts of speech. Number 5 is one of them. The rash and quick actions of that young hothead, there's a key, almost cost us the battle, to say nothing of the war, the general remarked sourly. The rash and precipitate actions. Now, you probably have seen this word and only used it to mean precipitation, or like precipitate. That's the rain, falling and that sort of thing. But precipitate, the adjective, and precipitate, the actual rain. Right, those are other meanings. Plus, something that happens quickly. That's an adjective. Precipitate, if it causes something to happen quickly. All right. When we heard the fire alarm, the teacher precipitated the quick exit. All right, from the building. Okay. Let's see. Number 6 is another one of those words that have its adjective, noun, verb, and really used in a way that I don't think you've used it before. So, the mere fact, number 6, the mere fact that we cannot explain at the present time how she was hurt doesn't mean that she was the victim of some supernatural power or occult power. That's the adjective form. The noun form can be the occult, that is dealing with the supernatural. And we usually think witchcraft. All right. But the verb form is the form that I don't think you've used before. And that is to hide or conceal something. If you occult something, you hide it. Okay. Let's see. Number 7. After completing those long, grueling exams, I was overwhelmed by and this is a noun that we're looking for. And this is such a feeling of, you're dead. Like you might have felt last week after all those tests. It's like, complete and total, just being tired. Your mind, your body, everything. Especially those of you involved in the Wizard of Oz, which was, by the way, unbelievable. Oh my goodness, it was so good. Blew my mind. Seriously, it was so good. Anyway, I'm sure you're feeling lassitude right now, and that's the word we're looking for, lassitude. Number 8, we do not know what her motives were, but we may guess, based upon the evidence that we have, we may guess that she was mainly concerned for the child's well-being. The word we're looking for there is surmise. Okay? Based upon what we have, whatever proof or whatever we have, even if we don't have any proof, we could look based upon past behavior or whatever. All right, and then we surmise. It's like conjecture or guess, but so surmise can be the verb, or you could form a surmise. Okay, so it could be a noun. Let's see, number 9. A good definition of freedom is the right to do anything you wish as long as you do not, kind of step on the rights of others, all right, get in the way of, or mess with. The word we're looking for there is infringe. So you don't kind of trespass on somebody else's rights. Okay. Let's see. Number 10, addressing the school assembly for the first time was a nerve-wracking experience, but I managed to deliver my speech with a reasonable amount of skill. All right, and the word we're looking for there, a noun we're looking for is aplomb, which means you have poise, you have presence. All right. If you show aplomb in a situation where there's a lot of chaos going around, that means you show a lot of poise and you're clear thinking and you're able to give out directions and to calm the situation down. Okay, you would show aplomb or poise. Okay, presence of mind. Number 11, if you think my training rules are too firm, too rigid, and confining, the coach said, then you probably shouldn't be a candidate for the team. Okay, oh, this sounds so much like Coach Vogel. The word we're looking for there is stringent. Okay, if you think they're too stringent, too firm, too, hardcore, too rigorous, then yeah. Anyway. Number 12, we looked up hungrily as the delightful odor of broiled steak and fried onions. The verb we're looking for is permeate. They permeated the room. That means it spreads and is totally, the room totally, it's penetrated or soaks up this aroma. Okay? Permeate, like a sponge soaks up the water, permeates the sponge. Okay, let's see, number 13, he tries to give the impression of being a true man of the world, but his conduct clearly shows him to be a kind of immature and somewhat feckless youth. The word we're looking for, the adjective we're looking for is callow. And callow means almost green. You don't have any inexperienced, immature. All right. So he's talking big, but really has no skills, no maturity, no real knowledge that he says he has. All right. So just a lot of inexperience. That's what callow means. 14. The voters in the city are looking for practical answers to urgent questions and will not respond to that kind of loud and pretentious claptrap. Okay, so just the adjective we're looking for there is bombastic. All right, and it's like a bomb, overblown, and bombastic, and pretentious. It's loud, and it reminds me of the people who think the louder they are, the more correct they are. Have you ever tried to discuss something with a person like this? The louder they are, the more correct they believe themselves to be. All right? It's like, not so much. Okay? So bombastic is loud, overbearing, overblown, and really not full of facts. Pretentious, we've had that word. Remember, it means pretend. All right? Pretend to be better than what it is. So the bombastic is just loud and overblown. Okay? Let's see. Number 15. Though fossils show that human beings have been on Earth a very, very long time, the earliest written records of their activities date back only about 5, and this is a period of 1,000 years. All right? But you need the plural form of this. So make sure you get the spelling right on this, all right? A period of 1,000 years. And this is saying 5 of them, okay? 16. I refuse to accept the idea that conditions in this slum have deteriorated so far that nothing can be done to fix them, to make them better, to palliate, to ameliorate, all right, which means to make better, to improve, to correct the wrongs, to right the wrongs, okay? Let's see. Oh, it's 17, and I know we just had this word in my other class that I teach. How can we have any respect for people who try to get into favor with their superiors by flattery and favors. Okay, so the word we're looking for is ingratiate, and in there is not that prefix. It doesn't mean opposite like it can mean. It means to get into. And this word, we break it up, ingratiate, it actually means get into graces, into their good graces, into their favor. All right. And some people do this by becoming sycophants, by using flattery and just trying to do special favors to get into another person's good graces. All right. These are the lackeys, and like I said, the sycophants. So ingratiate, that's the word. And it's generally negative connotations. All right. We have names for them. I don't want to say what they are. All right. 18. This old necklace has little inborn value. Okay? Within itself, it has no real value. It's not diamonds or anything like that. But it means a great deal to me because it belonged to my mother. So intrinsic is the word we're looking for. Inborn, something within itself. All right? So it wasn't diamonds or anything like that, but the intrinsic value was great because, it didn't have intrinsic value, but it was still valuable because it belonged to somebody who was valuable. Okay. Let's see, 19. The people trying to crash our dance may think themselves as merry pranksters, but they are really interposers who would prevent us all from having a good time. Some of you will remember the short story, The Interlopers. All right. The interloper is one who comes in between and causes a change in the course of action. Okay. Let's see. And number 20, the prophets of old fervently directed, instructed the people to amend their lives. All right. When you instruct and advise with some, serious and very fervent, adamant advice or instruction, you exhort. All right, you exhort somebody. Okay. Hope this helped you out. This is due on Thursday, the 16th. Talk to you soon.